Hi ladies and gentlemen. We know that sometimes it's not easy to learn something new, particularly if it's something on the internet. So we've prepared this little resource for you called Twitter, a guide for the perplexed, which I hope does what it says on the tin. I want to give you an introduction to how to use Twitter, how to set up your account. I'm going to model that for you and give you some ideas about how to use it. Please bear in mind that for more advanced ideas about how you can use it in class, there is another resource called, unsurprisingly, How to Use Twitter in Class. So, let's get cracking. So here we are at twitter.com, which is where we need to log in or sign up. And as we're new users, we're going to sign up. And I'm going to model this for you by creating an account for our Face2Faith team in Kosovo. So, I'm going to put in a name, I'm going to put in an email, and what's important is that this is an email you're going to check on a regular basis. And I'm going to put in a password. And one thing that's really important is to make sure you use a password you're going to remember. And then we click sign up. So, it's asking me first of all to confirm my email address. And I'm going to confirm my password. Okay. Now, the one important bit about this particular page is getting your username right. You are going to be able to change that later on, but it's always a good idea to make sure that you get the username you want right at the beginning. Okay, and usernames can't have gaps in. It'll give you some suggestions, as you can see underneath, but I'm going to be using this one, which stays very much within the pattern that's used by all our other teams. And then we click create account. Now, Twitter then tries to teach you a little bit about Twitter as you go through. So it starts off by saying this is a tweet. Short messages up to 140 characters can contain links. So far, so good. Just click next. Okay, now, the next thing it's going to do is say to you 5 people that you might want to follow. Now you'll see first straight away I've actually got loads of different Face2Faith accounts cropping up here already straight away because it reckons, unsurprisingly, that I'm using something fairly similar. So I've got a good swathe of people to follow straight away. Okay, if you don't get this, it doesn't matter. You can either use the search box to search for people. So let's go to search for TBFF and add them. Okay, or you can just add a few, because remember, you can always come back and remove them later on. You're not committed to staying with those follows forever. Then we click next. Okay, now it's suggesting that we find and follow well-known people. Well, there's various different groups and lists in here. I think we'll have a look at some charities, because that's going to be a good place to start. Let's follow Christian Aid, Malaria No More. Now I've got my 5, my 10. So find people you know. Now, if you already have a large number of people, say you're connecting to a Gmail account, you can search your contacts and see if anyone that you know is already here on Twitter. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to skip this step. Okay. Now, I'm going to put in some information about myself. Now, I'm setting this up to be our account in Kosovo. So I'm just going to do that as my introduction, and I'm going to upload an image. The image that I want is on my desktop, and as you've seen from other ones, it's a combination of the flag of that country and the Face2Faith logo. So I'm going to upload that. And there we go, all done. So now what we have straight away is my Face2Faith account for Face2Faith Kosovo all set up. Okay, so I'm going to give you now a quick walk around this page and introduce you to some of the ideas that are going on. Well, at the top you've got the home page, which is where you are now. Okay, Connect will be if anybody is out there looking for you or writes you a message or mentions you in a tweet, then it will come up here. Okay, at the moment we can see Face2Faith Ukraine's following me straight away, which is pretty fast work. So what I might like to do is go and look at them, and of course we're already following them, so that's cool. Okay, you can use the Discover page to get information on the kinds of things that are happening on Twitter right now. And the Me page tells you everything you've done. At the moment you can see you've sent no tweets. Okay, so let's go back to thinking about tweets and what's happening on this page. Well, to start with, in this section on the top left we've got a little bit of information about you. The tweets you've sent, the number of people you're following, and the number of followers. Underneath that we have the box where we can compose our first tweet. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just write an example tweet. So okay, so far so good, but I'm going to make it special by using a hashtag and an address. So you'll see first of all this one here has got a hash in front of it. What that means is it makes it easy for people to find. So people who follow Face2Faith follow that hashtag, so they can pick up any tweet that's got that built in. It's a really valuable little tool to remember. If you want your tweet to be seen by a person in particular, you can send it to their account by using the @ sign, @Face2Faith. In this instance, it'll go straight there. Okay. Now we could add a URL. Okay, so we could, if I say I wanted to tweet about something I'd found on the internet, I could put the URL in there, and that'll go out to everyone else. I could add a picture. Okay, so I can upload a picture from my computer, and I can, if I want, add my location, though I probably suggest you don't do that. And then all we do is click on tweet, and there's our tweet. It's out there in the world. Okay, now immediately underneath that are some suggestions of who to follow. Sometimes those are interesting, sometimes they aren't. The more information Twitter has about you, i.e. the more tweets you have and the more people you follow, the more tailored those suggestions are. So they actually become more useful with time. So immediately underneath that is this section called Trends. I've got mine set to United Kingdom trends, but you can change that. Okay, and those are the things that are hot on Twitter right now, that a lot of people are tweeting about. We have actually had Face2Faith trend at number 3 in the Philippines for an hour once because so many people were tweeting about it. Wouldn't it be great if we could do that again? So over on the right hand side of the page you have all the tweets that are coming in from the people you are following. As you get more and more of those, you will get more tweets, so eventually it will be scrolling down the page on a fairly regular basis. But that's pretty much all you need to know about setting up and using your Twitter account. Okay, just remember that the power of hashtags to connect you to the world and to the other accounts out there that care about the same things you do. You'll notice here as well, it's asking me to confirm my email address to access all of Twitter's features. Obviously I'm going to do that later, but you want to do that straight away. And as soon as you've done that, you'll be able to use everything that Twitter has to offer. So there you go. That's how to use Twitter. I'm really looking forward to following you. I'm really looking forward to seeing tweets from you and your students about your video conferences and your Face2Faith adventures. Thank you.